Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new type of video and I am so excited for this video. I am going to be doing one of those chatting about new makeup releases, telling you my thoughts on them, if I want to buy it eventually, that sort of thing. So I went through Trend Mood's Instagram and looked everything up from the past month, and I did this last night. So right before filming, I checked again to see if anything new had dropped, any new information about any of the products that I picked up. Did get some new information about two of the products that I am interested in, and I have my little laptop here in front of me. So I'm just gonna slide over a little bit so I can insert pictures up on the screen right here of the product, and let's just start talking about some new makeup releases. And like I said, I did scroll back a month, so I went all the way back to, I'm filming this on the 29th, so I went all the way back to May 28th because I did all my notes yesterday. So some of these are older releases, but I still want to talk about them because while they are older, they're still pretty new. So the first product is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette, and it is $35, which I actually think is a pretty fair price. There's 6 shades in the palette, so that is about $6 per shade that you're paying for. There are 5 matte shades and 1 shimmer shade. And Amy Loves Makeup actually put up a review a few days ago, and it looks just so pretty. She did beautiful face swatches, and I don't actually own blush palettes, but I think if there were to be a blush palette that could make me buy a blush palette, it would be this one. The one thing that I will say about it though is that I have heard multiple people say that the promo pictures are pretty deceiving in that the colors are a lot more rich and dark in person than they are in all the pictures. Next, we have the Kaleidos Escape Collection. Specifically, I want to talk about the highlighters. The highlighters retail for $14 each, which I think is a really good price, and the 4 shades that they came out with this collection are called Diamond Dasher, Ray Rider, Mars Melter, and Moon Cruiser. The shade Ray Rider is reformulated, so they have released that shade already, and then they reformulated it to release with this collection. And to me, I think the prettiest shades are Ray Rider and Mars Melter, and Julia Mazzucato here on YouTube, whom I love, raves about these highlighters. She says that they are so good. And I think Amy Loves Makeup has also talked about them and enjoys them. I could be wrong about that. So the 2 shades that to me are the most interesting and that if I were to get a highlight, it would be one of these 2, are the shades Ray Rider and Mars Melter. Next, Lights Lacquer released a top coat and base coat. They are $12 each, but if you buy them as a bundle, the bundle is $22. The top coat is called So Over It, and the base coat is called So Clingy. I think those names are super cute. I am 100% going to be buying them once I use the top coat and base coat that I already have. I think I actually am gonna wait until I use all of these up before I actually buy them. But one thing that I do want to say is that Lights Lacquer nail polishes typically retail for $9.50 each, and the top coat and base coat retail for $12 each, which is a considerable price jump. So I'm kind of wondering why the top and base coat are more expensive than their normal nail polishes. Curious about that. Next, we have the Marc Jacobs Glow Away Dewy Coconut Face Luminizer, and they retail for $32, which is super expensive, but it is Marc Jacobs. When I first saw the pictures on Trendmood, I thought they were concealers and that they were coming out with a range of concealers, but only had 2 shades. I was a little shook. Anyways, the highlighters, it still only is 2 shades, which is disgusting. There should be like at least more than 2, you know, maybe be inclusive. I do have to say they did intrigue me. They did look interesting. I will not be buying them because I don't support things, brands, lines that don't have inclusive shade range, and that includes highlighters. Okay, they do look really pretty though. There's like a gold and a pink, and I kind of want to hear how they compare to the Marc Jacobs Do You Dewdrops, because I know that so many people love those. They're kind of a cult favorite. and these, you know, seem like a similar product, so I'm interested to see how they compare. Next, Glossier is coming out with a primer. It is the Priming Moisturizer Balance. It retails for $25, and this intrigued me because it is supposed to be oil controlling but also hydrating. I have pretty oily skin, but I like to hydrate my skin, but I want my oil to be controlled. It's a whole thing. One thing that Trend Mood had in her caption was that it has a matte finish, but it's also glowy. So I'm just kind of wondering how that's gonna work. I want someone to do a review on it. The next thing that caught my attention was the Kiko Milano Unexpected Paradise Summer Collection. The one thing that caught my attention from this collection was the bronzer. The packaging is beautiful, but then once I looked at it a little bit closer, I realized they only had 3 shades, which is, again, gross, so I won't be purchasing it, but it did catch my attention. And the bronzers are baked bronzers, which I actually do kind of enjoy baked bronzers because they let you build it up and they aren't super intense. Essence released a new collection called the Wanna Be My Honey collection, and I thought it was super, super cute. They are coming out with a few things in this collection, but I'm just gonna touch on the things that like caught my attention. They have a highlight and eyeshadow palette, but it's not very unique, honestly. It has pretty similar tones to the Naked Honey palette, which I already have, so I probably won't be picking that up. If I were to get anything from this collection, it would probably be the pressed powder that they had and then the lip product. It's one of those pH color changing lip products. And then they're also coming out with face halo type makeup remover pads. So I would be interested to see if they work like the face halos do, because that could be a really great alternative, because while face halos aren't ridiculously expensive and the value is really good, these would definitely be cheaper. And if they work the same, why would you spend so much more money on the face halos when you get the same exact thing for much cheaper? Fenty released their Slip Shine Sheer lipsticks. That is difficult to say. So they retail for $22 each, and there are 10 shades. The 2 shades that I am particularly interested in are Tang Thang and Makeout Break. From what I've seen, they just look really, really, really gorgeous. Fenty's normal range of lip products are super, super, super matte, and I think that this definitely feels a little niche in their line of something that they were missing. I have a hard time spending more on a lip product just because there are amazing drugstore lip products on the market, but I definitely was intrigued by these. Sol de Janeiro came out with their Boom Boom Body Scrub. It is $42, which is super expensive because you only get 7.8 ounces of product. I love the Brazilian Boom Boom cream. The smell amazing. I really want to try the shampoo and conditioner, so I am intrigued by it, but I won't be buying it because $42 is a lot for only a little bit of product, especially with something like a body scrub. Like, typically you use body scrubs pretty regularly and you use quite a bit. So I don't know. I just don't think the value is the best on that one, but I was intrigued. So the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette, I'm just gonna tell you now, I will be buying this. I don't know when, but eventually I will own it. It is $49, which I'm pretty sure is the same price as all the other Naked palettes. There has been a lot of criticism about this palette. People have said that it's basic. Urban Decay has been doing the same thing over and over and over again, which I do agree with. And they're like, it has no purples in it, which is not true. I think that all the shades in it are mauvey, cool toned shades, and while I do agree that they could have done something really cool and interesting with this palette, I will be buying it because I do collect the newer Naked palettes. Everything after Naked Smoky I have, so I will be buying it. So the e.l.f. Retro Paradise collection. So I have already bought the palette and one of the lip glosses. One of my favorite creators, Easy Neon, her name is Diana here on YouTube. She actually helped create this palette. She was part of the e.l.f. Beautyscapes competition thing, and her group actually won, so they got to create this collection. It is a beautiful collection. Everything in it looks so beautiful. Diana's looks that she has been doing with this palette have been so beautiful. And the one thing that I will say is that I wish e.l.f. would have not released two collabs so close together. They released the J Kissa palette and this Retro Paradise collection, which is also a collab. They released them so close together, and I don't think they really gave each one their own individual time to shine. Honestly, I have seen hardly anything about the Retro Paradise collection, which is sad because it is such a beautiful collection. Everything in it is so beautiful. The highlights in this collection didn't really excite me because Diana even said in her video that they are a more glittery formula, and I have so many highlights that are a little bit more glittery that I just didn't need it anymore. And I do think that the body glows look gorgeous. The glow body products that are released in this collection look so beautiful, but I did not pick them up. I only got the palette and one of the lip glosses. KKW is coming out with the Classic 2 collection. The thing that I want to discuss in this video is the nude lip glosses. It is a huge range of nude lip glosses that will fit most, if not all, skin tones. It is so inclusive, and I think the tones look really beautiful. Obviously, we won't know exactly if it is as inclusive as it looks until they're actually released and people start doing reviews, but from what I have seen in the pictures that I have seen, it looks like a really beautiful, inclusive range of lip glosses, of nude lip glosses. Patrick Ta is coming out with a new collection. It is the Major Headlines collection. Again, it is kind of like the more monochrome type collection. What interests me the most from the collection are the blush duos. They retail for $14. That was wrong. They retail for $34. So that price, I don't know how I feel about that price. I feel like maybe it's a little bit expensive. So there's a powder and a cream blush in the little compact. So each product in the compact is $17. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a little bit expensive. I do like his powder blushes. I have She's Sincere right here, and I want to know about his cream formula. If I were to get one, I would either get Do We Know Her or She's That Girl. I haven't completely made up my mind on that yet. The Natasha De Nona bronze palette retails for $65. I am going to buy it. The formula of Natasha De Nona's eyeshadows aren't particularly special and unique, but I do enjoy it. I think it is a beautiful formula. The color story is super gorgeous, and I've kind of started collecting those smaller Natasha De Nona palettes, so I will be buying this again. I'm not sure when. I am working on trying to get some more use out of some palettes that I have bought earlier this year, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be buying these. The only reason that I bought the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette is because I wasn't sure if it was limited edition and I didn't want to miss out on it. Maybelline is coming out with some coffee edition lipsticks. They're coming out with them in their matte ink liquid formula, which will be $9.49, and their Super Stay 24 two-step liquid lipsticks, which will be $10.49. I'm not sure if the colors will be the same in the matte ink liquid formula and the Super Stay 24-hour two-step liquid lipstick formula, but I'm assuming they will be. I'm just not entirely sure. Again, it is super inclusive. It just kind of looks like a nude collection. They have some lighter shades, some pretty dark shades, and they are coffee scented, which is the most intriguing part of them to me. I probably am not going to get any though, because both of the formulas are matte lipstick formulas, and I'm not a huge fan of matte lipsticks, so I probably won't be picking any up, but it was very interesting to me, and I'm always for inclusive shade ranges. And then Lights Lacquer also released their summer collection. It is the Sweet as Summer collection, that's what it's called. Individually, you can buy the shades for $9.50 or the entire collection for $52, which is a considerable discount. There's a bright blue, bright yellow, bright red, bright purple, bright orange, and bright green, and I will be buying this collection right after I buy the Polished Gems. My computer's dying. Great. I will be buying it after I buy the Polished Gems collection. I actually also collect Lights Lacquer nail polishes. So Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with bronzer sticks. They're going to retail for $16, and truthfully, they kind of look like foundation sticks. Just gonna put that out there, and I'm wondering if people are going to try them as foundation sticks. That would be interesting to see. What I want to talk about though is their marketing pictures. So the first picture that I saw on Trend Mood, which was from I would say maybe a week ago, it looked like they were coming out with like 25 shades of bronzer. Just the way they had it organized, it looked like they were coming out with so many shades, and I was like, this is so cool that they're coming out with all these bronzer shades. But like I said, right before I started filming this, I hopped back on Trendmood just to see if there had been any updates, and there's actually only 6 shades, which that is still a good amount of shades. Could be room for more, but it was almost like clickbaity. I felt like it was a little shady to do to make it look like you were going to release so many shades. I will put the original picture that I saw up right here so you can tell me if I'm being completely crazy or if it does actually seem like they were trying to make it seem like they were releasing more shades than they actually are, because it just seemed a little weird to me. So this is kind of shocking that I'm including this on here. Noblet Cosmetics is releasing the Miami Lights glitter palette. It is going to retail for $25 and there are 4 shades in it. So basically you're paying $5 for each. You're paying a little bit over $5 for each glitter shade. I'm not a huge fan of pressed glitters, but the colors were so beautiful in this and it was very eye-catching. And this palette is actually going to be in the new Trendmood box. I don't really care about that at all, but interesting. I was shocked that I was so intrigued by this. And then the very last thing we are going to talk about today, Colourpop is coming out with a new foundation in their Pretty Fresh line. It is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. They are coming out with 42 shades. Well, I will say the deeper shades, there needs to be more, first of all. It is pretty inclusive, but there needs to be more. But the deep shades seem pretty red. Like all of them seem pretty red. So I'm kind of confused by that. I think there needs to be more undertones, but I will be interested in seeing some reviews because I love dewy foundations and I think that this will be a really good addition to their line and kind of like round it out. I do want to talk about the price. So most of the other Colourpop foundations are $14, but this one is going to be $16, which is strange that it's going to be more expensive than their other foundations. I mean, I guess they gotta make that money, but I'm gonna go back through and just tell you the things that I know for sure I am going to get. I will be picking up the Kaleidos Ray Rider Highlight, the Lights Lacquer Top and Base Coat. I'm also going to pick up the powder, the color changing lipstick, and the kind of face halo type things from the Essence collection. The Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette I will be getting. I'm going to get a blush duo from Patrick Todd, the Natasha De Nona bronze palette, the Lights Lacquer Summer collection, and that is it. Those are all the things that I will for sure be picking up. The other things still kind of maybe if I feel like it, and I'm not gonna get all these things right now at once. I might spread it out a little bit, but they will be going onto my list of stuff that I want to get. That is it for this video. I'm going to start doing these monthly, so you will see this video again next month, a month from now, the first Wednesday of the month to be exact. Next Wednesday, you will actually be seeing an anti-haul, so I will be showing you all the new releases that I think are really dumb, that I don't think anyone should ever get because they're dumb or stupid or really uninclusive or just seem kind of pointless to release. So it'll be a very negative video. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!